Roger, no reported that about traffic over. Time traffic.
All right. I'm Commander Joey Jones. Thanks for addressing. I think President Trump is always funny. You never know what individual would not, but this seems very serious. It seems very serious. Thank you both. Congratulations. Thank you, Joey.
Skyfly, good evening. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. We're a little bit early, a couple of minutes early, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes early. So if anybody wants to join me, please do so.
That's pretty good. What do you think? Like it's excellent. Is it right? Brad, I'm also that's what it's been ago. That's why I have two different slides. Every half has a different food. And actually different frame. And it's all about figuring out the picture and your shape, your face. So I gotta get in there and you gotta tell me, hey, that's just not that it fits your face. Yes, sir. Something about that. So there's sense of shape it up exactly how you like it. And these are custom. This is a Stetson right here. Yes, sir. You guys sell out there anyhow. We sell Stetson. This is someone Charlie. We're saying here in Texas, 4 years we keep and it's something in Dallas. All right. This is beautiful. This is a traditional cowboy style. Yes, sir. I'm getting a lot of good hat. And a great looking hat. And there, Key, I've only seen exact that's for me. 300 cents about perfect. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Brad. Thank you. All right. Thanks. So thank you so much. All right, now it's time for the opening. Let's go along. Sheila is saying that's one handsome studio you got there, Cowboy. Thank you. Now I have the hat to go along with the studio. Elliot Hudson says, great job, Mayor Johnson. Really enjoyed hearing your story.
Got 6 people watching. Come on, chime in. If I were to hurry down, I might be able to get that ship, but I can't because we're here. So, hey Brenda, how you doing? Hanging with JD said you won't read chat always. Just go do the ship. No, I'm not gonna do that because it's not very nice. You people have joined me, and you expect me to be sitting right here. So
the ultimate.
How's Boone doing? He's, Boone's being himself. He's running around, he's napping, sleeping. He's out in the backyard right now, I believe.
Sharp lights, see if we can bring it back in large. So the purpose is something that's both powerful and beautiful.
Another game-changing idea that Front DHS offers to pay for illegal aliens is self-orientation flight that offer an additional $1,000 stipend to see. Here's the president on that.
They're paying each certain amounts of money. They get them a beautiful flight back to where they came from and have a period of time. And if they make it, we're gonna work with them so that maybe someday we'll work, they can come back in if they if they don't work, and if we think about after the day, then they're never coming back.
So I want to go to our San Francisco correspondent, that was bring up a little bit, and Falcon Crest flight to take.
Yes, I was there. And myself, Neil Trent, I think I wanted to steer us straight, but San Francisco didn't work.
Joel. Dustin is here. JD's here. And Brenda. That's that a girl, Brenda.
So, setting them down is kind of a compromise. Get out stuff and if you ran, okay, that's 2 or 3 days. So you probably saving $1,000. It's interesting here to number one. Sure, that Trump ran up and he crossed it. So the Democrats replaced that with judges. So imagine you cross, the finish line of the marathon, you break the tape, and they say, sorry, that's not the real finish line. It's another 20 miles up there. That's what the dentist did. He saw the actual and they didn't want to go things out now. And it's good legally, administrative and legal. It's I think that I thought that we had on the first part. Didn't we all kind of
What's up, Booner? Oh, we came around running through. Hey, Jim, how's it going, Jim? That ship is the Atlantic Heron. It's headed upbound. The Atlantic Huron. Where's it headed? Headed for Sault Ste. Marie, Canada.
Roger, Goodman reporting downbound, all bus place. There's no relevant bound traffic at this time over.
I wish I could have got it because there isn't too many ships out there headed this way. The Algoma Intrepid is heading up, but it's heading for Goderich, and it's not a. I've gotten that before. That's a Canada steamship line ship right there. What are you doing? Well, lay down. Be a good boy and go lay down, okay? Show everybody how you can be a good boy, okay? Lay down. Well, lay down.
If you take it up on it, and it's right there, come back to it. Have a big come back to it. That might have been.
I went out the back door again.
Please don't say. It's exactly what I'm and even say, Mom, I know what Greg said. No violence. Now, I don't want to come here. I want to hear you say, now I think that's no, I said, essential. I think that was still is. I'm getting old. Right. So I got to yes. I'm asking for it. Not that. Suicide. You have cannot have truly hearings. So yes, I'm out that something more has to there. The process now it's a disaster. Like what do you do? Kids that these are bruised out. Now we have a person and they try to stop you. Stop it. I said, stop. Stop it. The person is a stop.
Anybody interested in buying my flip? Let me know. Make you a hell of a deal. Ram TV says hi to Brenda. Oh, the drone flying is going okay. Not nothing special, spectacular, but I try to get as many ships as I can. So like I said, I kind of missed that one, but it is what it is. Can't get them all. Yeah, kind of, but if you go look at my recent video this morning, it did a little, the camera did a glitch. Kind of pissed me off, but and I didn't take it out. I didn't edit it out. I just left it in. Let me see if I can pull it up. Okay, let me see if I can't pull it up here. Let's see what you guys think. I mean, I hate to be a nitpicker, but it is what it is. Share, here we go. Hey, can you see that? Anybody? Should be coming up right here. See it? That little zooming in and out type of thing. So anyway, that's what it did, and I just left it in. Oh, yeah, that's what it did. I just left it in. Dump and fly the flip. Well, the problem with the flip is the flip doesn't handle the wind down there. As you can see, there's always wind down there coming out of either the north or the south, and the flip doesn't handle it as well as the Air 2S. Yeah, that's what I think too, Skyfly. It's got to be a camera issue because the gimbal's working. It tilts and pans and all kinds of stuff. It's just, and that's the first time I've seen that. I've had issues with it before, but nothing like that. You know, I've had issues where it tilted down and I had to bring it back up. And well, Ram TV, if you know anybody that wants to buy my flip, I've got it for sale. I've only got a handful of flights with it, and I got the hard case and all the goodies. And I got the RC2 controller and everything. It's ready to rock and roll. I got the extra battery, the charger, and all that stuff. Now, I can't get on on YouTube at all. So I mean, or Facebook, because I'm banned again. Hey, Ram TV, I just want to sell it. I added it all up and it comes to or $895 with the parts and everything. And it's got a hard case and everything. And yeah, it's a nice drone. It's just not for me. I flew it like 3 or 4 times. For those of you that have not seen it, I'm going to show it to you. Oh man, getting old. Every day I go down and fly a ship, I keep wondering if it's the last time I'm going to fly a ship. Here's the case. Here's the controller and the flip and the charging block and the extra battery here. And I bought this is for plugging it in to charge it up. And it's got the cables and extra props and everything. Yep. It's a nice unit. Just, you know, have you ever bought something that it's nice, but it just doesn't hit your hot button? That's it. Because I flew it a couple of times and I didn't like the way it handled because of the wind that I have up here on the water. Probably could get used to it if that's all I had and I was really desperate, I could fly that, but JD blew your cover. Well, I bought it like just after they came out, and everybody was touting it, and but there was no conversation about wind resistance in it. It says it's supposed to handle 18 to 20-mile-an-hour winds, but I get 20, 25-mile-an-hour winds down there. So the Air 2S handles it. The Flip, it doesn't lose it, but it just hovers or doesn't go anywhere or whatever when you're going into the wind. Joe bought one and returned it right away. And I paid extra money because I bought this really nice hard case. You see the front of it, it's got the monogram of the Flip. I don't know where Joe is, or TJ or anybody else. TJ might be working, might be, and so I don't know. Don't know. I feel kind of lonely here. David, I know is busy. I think he mentioned that he would probably be here this evening. Oh yeah, it's a great drone. I'm not busting the drone, but it's just in my purposes, it didn't fit my bill. But it is a great drone. It flies perfect. The camera is great. The camera is probably better than my Air 2S.
Turn up on train transport. Roger Central.
It just if I didn't already have a drone, plus the thing of it is I'm going to let you guys in a little secret. As you get older, you get set in your ways, your comfort level. And I've been flying the Air 2S now for like 3 years, and it just does everything I want it to do. I don't have to double think anything. Yeah, that's probably true, Mad Pops. But then again, how many people actually think that way in the beginning, you know? Well, and I've kind of fallen on some hard times financially, so that's another reason why I want to sell it. I got 23 cents in my checking account right now. And I don't get paid again until the 28th, the week of the 26th, 27th, 28th.
There's no relevant traffic in the area, over. Roger, no traffic.
But that's my problem. That's not your problem. I hope everybody else is doing good. Yeah, I kind of hoping I can flip the flip too, but hey, you gotta have a purpose for it, I'll take any kind of a fair offer on it. I think we've got it listed. Jim helped me out and did a listing, I think, for 750, and but that's 750 our best offer, Well, I tried to list it on eBay, and eBay doesn't like me either for some reason. I couldn't get it on eBay. I got to the end of the eBay, it says where it says save the list. All it would do is save the listing. It wouldn't, everything has changed so much. The legal ramifications, everything has changed everything. Yeah, Brenda's got the puppy of her dreams. She named it Angel. Brenda, what was the name of the dog coming out of the rescue that you changed it to Angel? I think it was a female. I know it's a female, yeah. But she's fit right in the family, hasn't she?
Now that might be at some point, but right now, yeah, generational things, right? And David Hall, what did Chris get? Chris, it's a he talked to my rescue, both over. But they're not.
Well, it's pretty lonely here tonight. I don't know if anybody else is on, but hey, Bone, what's going on? Come here. Come up here and say hello to everybody. Come here. Oh, yeah. One thing, he's a licker. He likes to lick. Licks my hands. And if I let him, he'll lick my face, and I don't like that. Right, Bone? You're a goofball. Yes, you are. My little boon boy. Oh, lay down. Lay down. Lay down, Boom. Lay down. Basil, okay, all right. Yeah, I like Angel better. We got 25 people watching us. Just that nobody's joining the panel. Well, the nice thing about Angel is that she has attached herself not only to you, but your husband, Bill, right? I show Boone's pictures to everybody, and they all like them. This phone is kind of screwed up. It doesn't let me go back to just looking at the pictures that's on the phone. Because usually you tap the phone, right? And all it's doing is just showing me. Just not happy with this phone for some reason. The other thing it did today was I came home and I looked, and it has a light on it, so you can watch at nighttime, I think. And it was turned on, and I couldn't turn it off. I had to actually shut the phone down to turn that light off because I couldn't find it anywhere, like where you can turn it on or turn it off. Like right now, when I tap the phone. Here comes Justin. When I tap the phone, the pictures, all it does is it shows the picture on there. But down here, it used to have where you tap on it and you could watch other things. And it doesn't have that.
Are you trying to get into your photos?
Yes,
Well, that's a whole different button. You have a photos button and a camera button. You're hitting the camera button.
I don't have a photo button. This one it used to work right. I would just go there, and over here I'd tap it, and it would show the photos.
As far as I know, it still should be the same.
Nope.
But somewhere in your menu, you should still have a separate photos button. It says photos.
No, I don't. It wants me to load Google's photo, and then it says that there's a charge, and it also says it 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 blocks other people. I don't get this.
I have no idea what you're even clicking on at that point. I've never heard any of that.
Never had it before.
Up, Jam, Dusty. Up, Randy.
It is what it is. I suppose I could go over to the shop over here. It's just a couple of blocks away, and say, "Hey, where the hell are my pictures at?" Because on here, the only icons I got is marine traffic, weather, wise cams.
You gotta swipe up from the bottom left of the screen. Like swipe up towards the middle. There should be a bunch of icons.
Yeah, there is, but none of them say photos.
Well, you swipe over because there might be more than one page of them.
Nope.
You're
There's more
missing-
than one page, but there's no photos.
Yeah, you're missing it. It's somewhere in there because that's a built-in feature. There's no way it's not there. Sometimes you'll look at that page of those menus and you just won't see it till you really start looking at them one at a time. I do it all the time. When I'm looking for a specific app I don't have on my main page. I'll pass it 5 times before I see it.
You're going to be here for a few minutes?
Yeah, you see one that says gallery or pictures?
Nope. This is a Galaxy, and it's not acting today the way it was acting ever since I got it a month ago. Here comes Draymond.
Well, they haven't done any significant updates on Android in the last 2-3 months, so
Hello,
don't
Dre.
what it would have changed.
Howdy. There's 2 ways you can find photos on an Android phone. Either you're going to look for an icon that says gallery, or you can go up to find the little icon that says my files. And when you go through my files, you go over, it says images, and it'll show you all the pictures on your phone.
Yeah, Jim, that's what I'm saying. There's no way it's not on there. That's a built-in feature that's permanently in the phone.
Yeah, the gallery should be a permanent feature on the phone unless you forced it off.
Well, what I'm thinking about doing is while you guys are on here kind of covering for me, run over to the store, which is just a couple of blocks away, tell the guy what the hell's going on and have him fix it, because that drives me crazy.
You need to go through there. If you go to it, wherever you go to and find some teenager to help you, tell
I-
them every single app that you're always looking for and have them put it on your front page for you. Like Messenger. Well, no, you can't use Messenger anymore because you keep getting blocked on Facebook. But you know, any of your apps that you're regularly using, have them take them and put them on your main page. So you're not having to search through that app tray for them. Well, Jim, he's saying he doesn't see it. But like I said, sometimes when I'm looking for an app through all those windows that are full of applications, sometimes I'll pass it 5 times before I see it.
No,
Because you're looking at 20 different applications at once.
That's always keep my icons or apps, whatever, to a minimum. And don't let my phone get oversaturated with them because you'll bypass it 10 times before you find it.
Well, see, that's why I organize mine into files.
Mm-hmm.
So like I have entertainment, which has all my, you know, Disney Plus, Netflix, all that shit is in there.
Yeah, I get
Then I have
get rid of all
banking
that
and
crap.
yeah, and then I have like banking and shopping, and that has
Yeah.
like Amazon, all my banking apps, all that's in one. But
Right.
them being in there so long, I don't get confused. I know exactly where each one's at when I'm looking
Yeah.
for it. Because I've used that same system for years on
Yeah,
Android.
but more than likely, he I gotta find a better term than what I want to say, what he probably did to the phone, but
Well, there are some applications you cannot take off those phones, like
yeah, there
it
are
will not
some
let
that
you.
are permanently in, but you can take them off your front page, your
Yeah,
home
yeah, yeah.
page.
Well, I had
And
them go into the app tray, which is the one where you have to swipe up to pull up all the apps,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
going to
he's saying he can't find it, you know.
he can't find his settings.
No, 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 no. He was in the full app tray, not on the main page, but where you actually go to get the apps to put them on your main page. He was in there, but he's claiming
Yeah,
he
well,
couldn't find it.
I'm just saying if you go to, let me find it on mine.
Are you talking about in the settings going up to the search bar, searching for it?
Hey guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, so you gonna run down
Have
there
him, have him
and
put it
explain
on
what
your
to
main
tell him.
page.
Okay, all right.
Tell him you want the application on your front page so you don't have to look for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I'll just tell him that Dre and Justin sent me because I'm an old guy and I just don't get
don't put my name in that mix.
it.
Well, his first response is gonna be, "Who the fuck is Dre and Justin?"
No, that's what I'm saying. Don't put my name
Birdman's
in.
coming in.
I don't need no little young 20-something-year-old cussing my name.
I'm
Okay,
going to start
I
talking.
made Birdman a co-host. I'll be right back.
Paul, don't go anywhere. Sit your ass back down.
David, let him go.
They're only
Let him
open
go,
to-
David.
They're only
No,
open, they're only
No.
open for another 10. They're only open for another 10 minutes.
Let
Paul,
him go,
go
David.
to your open your screen. Above all the when you slide up, above all the icons, there'll be a little search box. Type in photos or gallery. It'll be in there.
Nope.
Show me the screen.
You're not gonna see it's gonna be reflective, David.
No, he's not in the
Yeah,
right
you can
page.
see the search right at the top.
He's not in the right
Press
page.
search.
That
The
looks like
search there. When it says search, type in photos.
most likely it's gonna be under gallery, not photos.
Comes under both on Samsung.
No, it just comes back to the camera screen when I tap on it. It turns the camera on.
Yeah, there's your
All right.
gallery right there. The little flower looking one.
Oh, there it is.
For fuck's sake.
Bloody amateurs.
Oh, I was gonna do it, but you know what? I have watched and listened to too many fiascos. I'd rather let him run
How do
down
I
there
how
and
do
tell
I
the
get
story
that
to
on my
somebody
screen?
else.
It's not on my screen.
Okay, so back out of it and you got to hold your finger down on it until it will either say add to home or it will automatically pop it on your home screen. some of the Samsungs
How did I get to that?
went to the search bar. I don't know. David, go ahead.
Slide
Finish
up,
your meeting.
top of the screen, where it says search, type in photos.
Oh, it's got a Google thing.
Well, swipe him upside
No,
the
he's
head in
on
a
a
minute,
different
Jim.
page now.
Top of the screen
Jim's-
again.
Jim said he needs to swipe up. I said I'm gonna swipe him upside the head in a minute.
Did we say it was gallery?
Yes, that's normally what it's actually labeled as, is gallery on Samsungs or Android in general.
Okay, that's where it is, gallery.
Okay, now if you see the little flower looking icon, hold your finger down on it.
Hold
and
your
it'll look-
finger on it until it moves a little bit, and then drag it down.
I
And
put my
suddenly your
finger.
home screen will be there. Drop it anywhere.
Or it might ask you add to home. It depends. Some of them do it different. Like I've had some Androids that will automatically pop it on your home screen. Other ones
Talking
will
too
have to
much,
add to
Justin.
home.
Talking too much.
What? What did you say, Justin?
Don't say a word.
That's
what he said. That's what it sounded like on the other end.
So Dre, did you call? You want to buy my flip?
No, I don't need
Huh?
a flip.
I'll give you a good buy on it.
Yeah, but
No.
Dre's not keeping up with the Joneses drone flyer though. You don't care about all
I
the
just,
latest
I
new
just,
shit.
I just bought a drone off of Owl, Time to Fly.
What'd you get?
I bought a Phantom 4 version 2.
There you go. That's why. I knew it wasn't gonna be no like fucking Neo or anything.
Heck no. And I said the only reason I bought that from him because it's remote ID compatible already. I can use it with the smart controller.
There was
Just in
two I
case.
was gonna hear you say, either Phantom 4 or it's gonna be like a Mavic 3 Enterprise or something. That's what I was expecting
I
you to
got
say.
a couple of Mavic 3 Enterprise. I don't need no more of those. And stuff.
You know, Relentless just said the other day she wanted to get. I guess she's got two brand new, pretty much brand new Phantom 4s that don't have. She said she only flew a couple hours on each one.
Well, like I say, if it's the version 1, then you gotta buy a remote ID module to go
Yeah,
on.
I'm not sure which one she
Like I
has.
say, if it's version 2, they might be worth a little something.
Well, I told her, I said, put them on freaking eBay, get rid of them. I said, because it's like any electronics, the longer you sit on it, the less valuable it's going to become over time.
Yeah.
Well, speaking
I
of eBay, Justin, I tried to put the flip on eBay, and it wouldn't let me do it because I couldn't figure it out. It was asking me all kinds of hokey questions.
You've done eBay like a million times. How do you not know how to do it?
Hey, you get older and you forget stuff, right, Dre?
And that's why you have to go through each month and go through your equipment and charge batteries, make sure everything's up to date so you don't forget stuff.
He's trying to sell the whole flip combo.
Yeah, he showed it earlier, the whole case and kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
Everything, yep.
I just don't have no use for a flip. There's nothing about it that ever interested me when it came out. Now the Avata did pique my interest for a hot second, but I came to my senses and says, I don't have not one job I have been approached about where I needed to have a Avata or something I could not fly like a Avata to get it done.
No, not unless you're doing some kind of like movie style shooting or something. Maybe you might need something like that. But you're doing mainly like mapping and stuff. I don't think you'd ever use something like that.
Yeah, because like I was telling somebody today, I said, when I get this one from Al tomorrow, I'll take all my V1s and I'm gonna give them to the PD.
There you go.
Well,
Let
Jim's
them-
been helping me out a lot too,
Let them use them for training.
with my old age nonsense. He's been a good friend.
Hey, Mark. No, but that's what you got to do, Paul. You got to force yourself to just keep doing the maintenance work on your drones, and that way you stay up on top of them on how to operate stuff, make sure the batteries are good because you're doing it monthly. Because you're not flying a lot of them drones that you have and you're letting them sit on the shelf.
Well, I don't have a lot of drones. All I have is this Flip and then my Air 2S.
Well, you
Well, the
sold your
pro-
Neo?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Brenda bought that, I think.
Okay, good. Because that was a waste of time and money too.
Though the thing is too, is like the Flip is kind of more of a novelty drone than a case use one, I think, for most people. So
No.
that one would be a lot harder to sell, I think, than
Brenda
the
bought
Mavic.
the Nano.
Brenda bought the Autel.
She bought the
He sent-
Autel?
He sent the Neo to Lance.
Oh yeah, that's
No.
right. I was thinking the Altel, and he said Neo. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Brenda bought the Altel.
that's good.
And she's flown it.
That's
But
good.
it's just like the Neo. The Neo is a more of a novelty drone than a case use drone.
Well,
I
I'm
mean,
I'm
for
just
most
saying,
people.
Justin, no matter why you buy it or whatever, if you're not using them on a regular basis, you're gonna forget stuff. That's just how our brains work. It's like a combination to your gym locker. Do you remember it from the last day of school got out to the next year over 3 months?
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like I said too, the longer you have stuff sitting around, the more likely something might go wrong with it, or it just becomes less valuable over time.
Well, yeah,
where-
that's just valuable. I'm just saying that, like for me, I have to force when like today it's been raining off and on all weekend. I spent Saturday in between the rain updating my GNSS system, my MLIT system. They had a new update. I took it outside, put it on the tripods, got some GPS signals, made sure they were connecting. They all two rovers in the base station all communicated with each other. I haven't used it in about 4 or 5 months, but I forced myself to keep them charged up and make sure that I keep them up to date.
Well, and that's another thing, like you're saying too, to force yourself, because over time you may forget your steps on how you even got it to work, and then you're
Right,
sitting
and
there and you're like, how the
that's
hell
my
did
whole
I hook
point.
this up last time?
Brenda's
That's my whole
Brenda.
point right there, because I haven't had a job where I need to use it. I've been using mainly the DJI GNSS system because it sets up so quick. Boom, boom, boom. I'm in and out. With the other one, it takes a little bit longer, and the type of work I do with it is much different. Where I'm out there setting ground
Brenda
control
just
points.
said she flew the Autel and crashed it.
No.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know.
Everybody will crash a drone eventually if they fly long enough.
Oh, just prop damage. Okay.
That means she clipped something and had a hard landing.
Well, now there's a rust bucket.
Yeah. Now my biggest thing, Justin, is the amount of cameras I got sitting around. I got several GoPros sitting around, some other digital cameras sitting around, and I like I say, when I go out and do work, getting the work done is more important than making a video. I almost got to force myself to remember, oh, while you're out here, why not make a video about something? I get focused on getting the job done.
Yeah, you're more business oriented than recreational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just the way I operate. Get the job done first. And like say, I'm all about, if I got like 2 jobs in one day, get one out the way, drive over to the next site, get it out the way, get back home. But like I said, I got, like I say, several GoPros sitting at the house. I got the Osmo Pocket 2 and 3 sitting at the house.
And that's true, Randy. Yeah, because what's the DJI drones? Aren't they kind of known for if they sit for a long time, the compass will go bad in them? If they sit for a long, long time?
Yeah,
Weren't some of them
I don't
known?
know if that's the reason why they go bad, but like I say, anything electronic, you let it sit. Like I say, it's like anything else. Like I said, once a month. Like I said, I know I all of us live in places where you got different weather patterns, but This is where you got to force
Mhm.
yourself when you got that downtime. Break out your stuff you haven't used for a while, charge it up, switch the batteries around. That's how batteries go bad. You tell me, I haven't used it, but since six
Oh my
months later,
God,
I said,
Corey.
you know, the batteries don't stay where they are. And all batteries act differently. My batteries that go on my GoPros, they will self-drain to zero in a heartbeat.
Brenda said that she hit a pine tree. That they have a lot of other trees around.
Yeah,
Yeah, the IMU, that's what I was thinking of.
yeah,
Because I've
yeah.
heard that like the some of the older DJI drones actually had that problem if they set for a long time. Those would get
Yeah, I
like
don't know if
stuck
I
inside.
never got the one that it was because it's been sitting, but I've had a compass chip go bad in
Good evening, Joe.
one of my
What's up?
Phantoms before, and I had to send it in and get it replaced. But that was one of the main drones I was using all the time when I was flying the Phantoms for a lot of work. And I had a compass chip go out. And that's the biggest thing now is I never had to do a IMU update or calibration, but every once in a while I got to do the compass calibration. That's because of the locations I fly on. I'm on parking structures and other places where a lot of rebar and other metal is interfering, or I fly off the hood of the truck or something like that that causes interference.
Good
Yeah, that's what everybody always said, Donald. Calibrate if you go more than 100 miles from a flying area.
Yeah, when you fly long enough, you crash.
Oh yeah, everybody's gonna.
Not just crash, you attack yourself with it.
Yeah. Look, Dre.
Oh, look at that, Dre. Look at his.
Yeah, I saw it the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you go to the doctor?
up
Yeah, I
there
went to the
playing with
doctor.
them zombies.
What did
See,
the doctor say?
Doctor said I did a good job on keeping it from getting infected. But he gave me a tetanus. He said, let's do a tetanus anyway. And then he gave me some cream to put on it. It's a antibacterial type of cream.
Yeah, Neosporin.
And it's better than that. It was the prescription
Well,
shit.
I'm sure. Yeah, the
Yeah.
doctor gets you. I would hope it's better than that.
Yeah, but look at it.
It's a
Donald,
little puffy.
Donald said I never flew a drone into my own face.
Well, he's lucky that he reacted fast enough. He let go of the controller because
it was right here.
neck, and it was headed right for his head.
this is why he needs to change his background and put an arm under every one of them drones.
Well, there's two
Yeah.
things that are gonna happen if you fly long enough. Either you're gonna cause a crash, or a drone's gonna malfunction and do something crazy shit. And like
Yeah.
Dre's Phantom 4 that flew the fuck off on him.
Yeah,
Just as-
that sucker just. I'm on my last battery of the day. I ran 7 batteries through it. Last battery, it decides just to take off.
Mhm.
Wow.
Adios.
Well, you
Yeah,
heard
he-
how it happened, right, Jerry?
Was that?
Did you hear how it happened?
You said something about it took off and just came at you?
Well, I was bringing it in like I
Oh,
always
okay.
do. 204 flights on this drone.
Mhm.
And I'm bringing it into me, and it was about 8 feet from me, and it was coming directly to me about my height, and I was bringing it down slow, and I was in cine mode, so I had obstacle avoidance on. I'm standing in front of my car, the tailgate's up, and it's even with the tailgate basically, and it comes down and it gets underneath about eye level, and it's beeping. It goes beep beep beep, and I'm still going slow, and I'm pushing down. All of a sudden, it just takes off. It comes
Wow.
up and hits the tail. I went like that. It was that fast. It was about 4 feet from me, just took off.
So the obstacle avoidance is shut down and came after you, huh?
Well, obstacle avoidance did something, you know, because I
Wow.
told DJI that, and they've escalated it up to senior advisors.
Yeah, I
Because
heard
I
you
showed
mention that the other day. Yeah,
Yeah, I showed them this, and they had blood all down my arm, you know.
yeah.
I think Johnny was hiding in a bush with another controller. That's
Well-
just my.
Well, I went over to Mandeville today, and I said, "Y'all get those 4 pictures I sent y'all before I crashed my drone." And the principal said, "Yeah, we really appreciate that. We know you risked your life for it."
No, wow. Oh man.
So the drone's on its way. They got the flight records. They got the medical records. They got pictures from each day, how the arm's looking. They got the picture of where it was with the car.
Donald,
So let's see what they say now, you know?
he said is Joe on a CCP hit list?
And now he sent it back. Now they know how to modify the drones to attack everybody. Your government was right. The Chinese are coming for you.
No, I'm thinking the more I looked at it today, I'm thinking it got a reflection of something that hit it off of the tailgate.
Mm-hmm.
And because when I went out yesterday with the Air 2S, I moved away from the car and I brought it in the same way. And I got it about 4 feet, the same thing, about the 4 feet from where, because I usually sit on the tailgate and land it 4 feet in front. You know, so like I said, 204 flights have landed like that. So when I did that with the Air 2S yesterday, I brought it in and I was bringing it in real slow, the same thing, and bringing it down. And when it got right there where that landing pad was, about 4 feet away, it started going deep, 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 and it was raising straight up. It wasn't going forward. It was going straight up. You know, so it wouldn't let it go
Opening
forward.
your
I tried
car.
to push it forward and it would go straight up. So it had to be something.
Something in
I'm
your
just
car.
hoping it's in the flight record so they could see it.
Yeah.
If take the
Oh, did
electro
you look on, I know
impact.
you got air data. What did it tell you in air data?
Air data doesn't say anything.
Wow.
Doesn't give me any warnings or notifications, anything.
Yeah, oh wow. That's what bugged me when mine flew off is the air data didn't even register the flight. Because usually air
Well,
data,
I got the flight.
I didn't get a register the flight. It don't even show the drone taking off.
Yeah, because let me get it up. Let's see.
Bye, Justin.
Let's see. Let's see. There it is right there. And you look under notifications. Under the notifications, all it says is mode change to detour is when I took off. Then it says flight altitude exceeds the 393 because I went 400 above the stadium to get a good picture. Then it just says 60% battery, 54% battery, 50% battery. Then at 5 minutes even, it says warning, gimbal pan axis reach maximum limit. That's it.
Let me get to where you're one of my flights and see what else you could have looked up. Details, overview.
The details doesn't show it.
Go back to a regular on the left side and check
Yeah.
sensors and see if your sensors picked up anything.
It says sensors 100%, 100%, 100%. Now the downlink sensor, 3 minutes into the flight, said 92%. But when it hit me, it said 100%.
Scroll
So
down a
why?
little bit more and see if it says target identified.
See.
Okay.
Yeah, controls don't show anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Said the responses were fine. Let's see. Power was perfect. You know?
Yeah. Well, I can say it's that's probably well, based on what you told them, and plus the look at your arm, you know, that's why they're overly concerned.
Yeah, because I told them, I said it was beeping, and then just like I said, I'm in cine mode, and I'm barely moving it forward because I'm going down.
Right.
That's where I'm landed. And when I started going down and I'm moving it forward like that, it just went. I heard it. I heard a difference in sound, and I was looking like this. Heard a difference in sound, and when I looked up, I just let the controller go because I had it on a lanyard, and I went like that. I'm like, geez. I mean, it hit me right here, came down, hit me, and I did that, and it hit the ground, started bouncing, right? And I went, oh damn. That's what I said. I went, oh damn, you know. Because I body slammed it. But the funny part about it, like I said, the gimbal was turned around. The one of the little feet that on the front, on that side, facing away, the left side facing away, broke. But when I started it back up, everything worked. Except for that brake.
Hmm.
You know, so it's like everything looked like it was working. The gimbal was working right. I said, you know what? I thought about seeing about taking it off up a little bit to see what it would do. I said, I'm not about to move it.
Right.
But we'll find out. They'll get the drone in a couple of days and then they'll let me know something. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get a new Mavic 3. So my son was talking to a friend of his that works with DJI drones. And about a year and a half ago, he had a Mavic 3. And when he was bringing in the same thing towards his car, it went over his head, hit his windshield, and broke his windshield.
Uh-oh.
And he called up DJI and everything. They paid for his windshield. They sent him a new drone and wrote him a fat check. So I don't know what a fat check means, you know, but you got a check too. So I don't know what they're gonna do. All I know is I want my drone fixed, and we'll see what goes from there. It would be nice if they say, look, we're going to give you the Mavic 3 Pro because you had the Mavic 3. And if you want a Mavic 4 Pro, we'll give you one. Yeah, okay. Send it on, you know. Because I could have not even worried with them. I could have just called insurance and got the money for it. But I'm going to see what they do first. I'm going to see what happens because I'd rather just get everything settled. Because, like I said, I got injured, but I didn't get seriously injured, you know?
Well,
Well, they always say,
what
you
would stop
are
you,
you
Joe?
injured or are you hurt?
Joe, what would stop you from after you get settled with them, you make a claim on your insurance?
Probably be legal.
Oh yeah.
My feelings were hurt too, there, Dre.
Well, like I say, are you injured or are you hurt? No, I
Just
say
his pride.
if you hurt, that's probably your pride. If you injured, you come out the game.
Yeah. Yeah. A combination of both.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta admit it. Because the first thing I said, it did not do something. And I sat there for a second. I didn't even realize I was cut. And I'm up there and I felt all the stuff rolling down my arm. I said, oh, hell.
Yeah, that's some adrenaline kicking in.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
That would have been wartime. I wouldn't have felt the bullet either.
Yeah. That's just real. Like I say, that's real odd. You know, like I said, that's when it happens like that. It happens.
And I do remember I was with Johnny one day and we were at the park and I was bringing in the same thing and Johnny was standing on the side of me in front and I was bringing it in and as I was bringing it down, it sped up a little bit on me one time too. Like that. And Johnny jumped,
Right.
you know? And I said, what are you jumping for? And I brought it down, but it did speed up on me. So it could be something where the sensors just picked up something.
Yeah.
And it said that's where, and I had it on bypass and nifty. So it said, well, this is a nifty way to go. You know, so it's probably going to be something that they're going to look at and they're going to say, oh, oh, no shit, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. Oh, everybody happy Cinco de Mayo day. I went and bought a jar of mayo today.
So does NIFTY stand for not in face, thank you?
Yeah. Yeah. What got me though, Dre, the first thing I did when it hit me and I saw the blood and all this thing, I said, oh shit, let me go see how much this is going to cost and see if I got to contact anybody. I said, it didn't lose consciousness.
Yeah.
And the doctor told me, he said, I'm surprised you didn't go to the hospital on Saturday. And I said, well, he said, I said, you know, I work DMS. I said, I looked at that and I said, I would not have brought anybody to the hospital for that. I'd have bandaged it for him, you know, because it's not it's deep enough. He told me, he said, he said, what I ought to do right now is open it back up and make sure it's cleaned out. But it looks like
Right.
you already did that. He said,
Mhm.
because it's not showing any infection. He said, but you probably did that. I said, yeah, I lifted it back and cleaned it all out and everything else. I said, but I didn't want the skin to come off. I said, so when everything started to harden up a little bit, I just pushed it back together and put some liquid Band-Aid on it to keep it in place, like super glue.
Right.
And he said, yeah. He said, you're gonna have a couple of chevrons there. I said, yeah, I know. So now the girl look at me and said, what happened there? I said, you ought to see the other guy. Yeah. Other guy had to fight a ninja man one day when I was in the Marines.
Oh boy.
But I've had 3 people today see mom and say, what the hell happened to you? You know, that I know. And I said, yeah, I had to fight a guy the other day with a knife, man. You know, it's like
Yeah.
Well, guys, I've decided I've got to go the full hog, and I'm going to get breast implants for the charity walk. Here's a picture of
Okay.
them right now.
Oh Lord help me. Breast implants.
Yeah.
You
That's
can buy
funny.
silicone one.
We're not going down that far. I've already been offered a pair by Funny Girls. And no. I've seen the size them fuckers were.
Mm.
Anyway, the way GoFundMe are going, I don't think I'll be doing anything.
Mm.
They've refunded everybody again.
Really?
Starting to piss me right off.
Well, yeah, especially since you've already tried on the crotchless panties.
Oh Lord help me.
I'm not
Down in
going
the gutter.
down that road. Keep it clean.
There you
for
get you.
domestic abuse.
Well, hopefully it is clean.
Anyway, GoFundMe.
So they've refunded everybody's money, so you're at zero again.
Now, I'm at £5 on GoFundMe because somebody else donated £5, and I've got £70 on Just Giving.
That
Where
you're
now,
giving.
now I'm asking people bypass GoFundMe, just go to Just Giving,
Right.
or wait till the 1st of October, and I'm doing a PayPal Direct, where none of these stupid companies get any money. Because PayPal will pay it direct to a charity with no fees. Hey, Gitchy! Awake the neighbors.
Guess what I've got, David?
Pippies?
Kinder chocolate bar.
I prefer the eggs.
So Dre, on my logo, I now have a purple heart.
It comes in 2 fingers.
All right. See you guys in the morning.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
Dre.
you, Dre.
See you, Dre.
I was talking to one of my crews.
Oh. Well, it sounded official.
You know how to put the official voice on, you know.
Yeah, it was an official voice.
Oh man.
Justin left already, huh?
Yeah.
Mm.
Joe, I've spotted a spelling mistake on your background.
What?
If you look where it says USA Drone,
Yeah.
the next word, I think it says flyer, not slayer.
I don't feel like reaching for the fingers.
I
though.
think that's a backhand from David.
He knows he's going to get a ribbon for a few weeks.
Oh yeah. Well, Johnny said he's got a helmet ready when we go flying.
Just think, a couple of inches low, you would have had a ribbon.
Now, I was sitting here just thinking, I said, from now on, I guess you'll put that landing pad or whatever you land on to the side of the car while you sit on the tailgate.
It's not gonna be by me. I guarantee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not going to be coming back towards you. It's going to be like, no, you put it on the side over there.
Yeah, tell
Facing the
Johnny,
other
I
way.
don't think he's actually telling us the truth. I reckon he did a stunt and he took off from top of his head and forgot to remark the return to home. So when it returned to home, it went straight for his head. I reckon that's what it is.
I'll tell you, yesterday, speaking of return to home, yesterday the Air to us on the last flight that I did, because I usually will bring them, if I do bring one back or it's going to return to home, very seldom I do it. But like I was wearing the batteries out of the Air 2S yesterday, I wanted to run them down because I haven't used them in a while. And I let it return home, but then I take over. But the last battery, I let it land, and I was watching it coming down, and it was nowhere near the landing pad. And I said, "Oh, come on, man." I was getting ready to take it. As I got ready to take it, that sucker shifted all the way over and came down and landed right on it. I said, wow. I mean, that's the first time I've seen it do that much. It shifted at least 3
That
feet.
much of adjustment, huh?
It shifted 3 feet, Dre.
Wow.
'Cause I was
No,
getting ready
okay,
to take
so,
over because there was
you know,
a lot of rocks.
Congratulations, Dre. Not Dre. Lance. Sorry, Dre.
No, go ahead. I said, congratulate me for what?
No, congratulations, Lance. His esports team made the playoffs.
Oh, I'm trying to think. Lance ain't out of school yet. He got another. He might be. The bell might just rang. It's 3:20. They might have got out at 3:15 or something.
He's in the chat.
Yeah, he's in the chat. That's why I saw him earlier. I said, "What's Lance doing on the chat for? School ain't out yet."
He probably
They
doesn't
might
have
get
any
out
students right now.
2:45 or something. High school.
Yeah.
Even Brenda said bye, Dre.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah,
I went
You
to
know
get
what,
coffee
Dre-
today.
Dre's going for the longest goodbye.
No,
Yeah.
I'm the last one to leave the yard. I leave here at in about 30 minutes.
Now, Dre, I'm going to mention this, and I know what it's going to do, stir up. And whatever comment you want to make, you can make it.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to buy the coffee that I've been buying for a year on Amazon. That's always $5.34. And
Yeah.
it was $8.99 today. Bullshit. Don't mess with my coffee. I said,
like I
oh,
said,
hell no.
They're sliding them new prices, trying like I say, it's like they trying to nickel and dime you a little bit. So when they really jack up the price, you're gonna be like, dang, that $8 wasn't so bad.
No, I go over to Rouse's down the street and get the same amount. I get more coffee.
Mhm.
This is a 13-ounce can. I get Rouse's coffee, that's the store coffee, which is the same
Wow.
shit. 15 ounces for $2.99 right now.
Mm.
So I'm running down there tomorrow and buy 4 of them.
Yeah, I gotta say, because those cans gonna start creeping up too in a minute.
Yeah, I'm going buy 4 of those suckers. Might buy 5.
Because I don't know, man. I just gotta have that, I guess, wait and see attitude, just
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I saw that when I was waiting.
yeah.
And it's a subscription I've got. That's the worst part about it. It says
Yeah.
I'm supposed to pay $5 and something. So I contacted the vendor. The person, I said, look, I got a subscription. It says $5 and something. He said, well, this is the updating price. I said, it shouldn't be an updating price. He said, this is what I'm gonna get it for. So I said, don't worry about it. I canceled it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Around here.
That shrinkflation. Walmart's the king of that mess.
Oh yeah. And then Winn Dixie over here has buy one, get one for the community coffee. And it's and the community coffee runs about $7.99. I know that. And it said buy one, get one free, save up to $11. And how the hell you save up to $11? Every one of them's $11.99 right now. I said, oh, that's bullshit.
So they getting basically getting you paying for 1.5.
Well, you're getting them $5 a piece. That's not bad, you know?
Yeah. But
But
they charge
I'm
now they're
going
gonna
run up, like I
charge you
said,
$11 a pop. You know, that's just
One
one.
million getting their own
You
back.
paying that for two.
yeah.
And Joe,
Um,
this is the worst
yeah.
bit. The company that makes it, they ain't getting no more money. But don't worry. The government thanks you for the donation, and they're going to have a hell of a Christmas party this year.
Yep. That's my new 3D print, by the way. Made everything worth it. Doodle Bob. My son, the Marine Corps son, said, "Can you 3D print this? I want it for my desk." Well, I printed 5 of them last night.
And what are they supposed to be?
What it is, I'll show you here. Stands on your desk and holds the pen.
Oh, holds the pen. Okay.
Yeah. That's SpongeBob's evil cousin or twin or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it holds the pen like that. You know, you do notice that's a government Skillcraft pen, right?
No,
The
no,
most
no.
lethal, the most lethal weapon in the military is a Skillcraft pen that kill careers in a heartbeat.
I'm telling you. I've got like 6 of them still that are brand new in my safe because the kids said, "Oh, I like those." I put them in the safe.
Yeah.
I mean, they write. I love the way they write.
Yeah.
And I told
I
Nick, I
watched a
said, I
couple
told Nick,
of clips today. This guy was talking about, you know, the difference for going from first sergeant to master sergeant and all this kind of stuff, and sergeant major to master guns, and it just makes you think. I said, if I'd have stayed in,
yeah, I kind of wish I would have stayed in, and because I would have went to master gun. That's what I would have went to.
mm-hmm.
You know, other than the fact that I'm gonna say I would have been master gun because of the specialty.
Right.
But the fact was, I was trying. Like I said, I tried to get in the warrant office.
Mm-hmm.
That's when they brought up the pass. You know, the 13 years earlier.
Yeah.
Be telling the colonel what he could do with the Marine Corps.
Mm.
You know, so you gotta watch what you say sometimes. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was a lieutenant
I
colonel, but he was a colonel
I
then.
actually put in for it, and I was on the wrong side of the sergeant major when I was on recruiting duty. And he looked at me. I mean, he did everything he could to deny my package, but he had to send it through. Because first he said, "Oh, Sergeant Crawford, you overweight for your height." I lost the 3 pounds right away. Boom,
Right.
came back. Then I said, "What's next?" You know, he and I would not, like you say, watch what you say. He and I were on the same side of the fence, so he was trying to do everything he could to stop my package.
Oh yeah. But I had a lieutenant colonel that I worked for as a major,
Mm-hmm.
and he called me up the day before the final cut on the board, and he said, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm doing good." He says, "You go to this PX tomorrow and buy your bars because we're gonna promote you." I said, "I appreciate that." He said, "I worked with you long enough to know what you're gonna be able to do." He said, "What are you planning on? You're gonna stay in the supply side or what?" I said, "I'll be honest with you. I'm trying to get to a rifle range to where I'll be the gunner out there."
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I wanted to do.
Right.
You know, you work half days basically, and you out there all day. It's I
Mm-hmm.
get to shoot the gun anytime I want. You know, I said
Right.
I'd like to do that the last few years. And he said, "Well, good luck with it and everything like that." He said, "Just be prepared tomorrow." Calls me back the next day and he goes, "Do you know a Colonel Voigt?" I said, "I
Oh,
know a
wow.
Major Voigt." He goes,
Mm.
"Same person."
Mm.
Like that, same person. What happened? What did you tell him 13 years ago that's got him so pissed off with you? And I told him.
Wow.
He says, "Well, he passed on you because he
Mm-hmm.
was the final say. He
Yeah.
passed on you." He said, "Now sit down." He said, "Now sit down. This is going to hurt." He said, "You had a special court martial when all of that ended with him, and you got over with the special court martial where I got my hand slapped.
Mm-hmm.
As you don't get your hand slapped at a special court martial unless
No.
you really want it, you know."
Mm-hmm.
So, and I went. That was within 2 years of the Marine Corps. I was in 13 13 years, 8 months, 29 days.
Mm.
So he said, but he remembered all of that. And so he put in they started a new memo, and it's going to
Wow.
be signed into an order that if you have anything higher than battalion office hours, you cannot even apply.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't reapply.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
was like,
that 13-year cutoff was what got me a little skittish about staying in. 'Cause I said, I'm already got 5 years time in grade E5. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm about to hit 9 years. And I'm like, this is right after Desert Storm. And I'm like, I'm watching lieutenants, captains, majors getting walked out the door. I'm seeing
yeah.
all the senior enlisted getting walked out the door and stuff. I'm like, it's not a good feeling. Like I said, I had, like I say, my primary was 0351. I had a
Yeah.
secondary of 4421, which is legal and stuff, and legal specialist. And I said, I put my re-enlistment package in. I've been testing with several PDs, and I
Here
said,
comes
I'll
Dominic.
stay in if you guys let me change over to the legal field as my permanent MOS, my
Right.
primary. And they were like,
Yeah.
no, you just got this re-enlist to stay in, Sergeant Crop. I'm like, dude, I'm not seeing no future here. I said, everybody who's already a sergeant in front of me, I can't jump to the front of the line. You know
Right.
how it is, it's a selection process. You don't jump in front of the line unless you're getting a meritorious promotion to E6. And the only way you're gonna
Right.
do that is be in combat or do something spectacular like save the general's life or something. And that's
Yeah.
about it. So
Well,
I told him, I said, man, I said, one of the departments call, I'm out of here. And the Long
Yeah.
Beach PD called me 4 days before I was supposed to go to Somalia. I said,
Yeah.
I'm out. Y'all cut me loose. I'm out of here.
yeah, when I went in and talked to Sergeant Major, because he called me in the same time and told me what
Mhm.
happened and showed me
Yeah.
the order that they were putting out. And
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I saw that. And he says, okay, now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with you, because you're supposed to be going to Okinawa, and we had it all planned out. And he said,
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to be going to Okinawa. This would have got you out of Okinawa, but you still have to go. I said, I understand. And he said, but you got to re-enlist to go. So what are we doing? I said, he said, we got a promotion, because I had a gunny warrant in my book, in my service book. I was getting ready to get promoted.
Right.
And he said, so let's go ahead and get you promoted next week and get you re-enlisted. And I said, no. I said, go ahead and start processing me. I'm done. I said, because 13 years ago, I saw 5 staff sergeants they did the same shit to.
Mm-hmm.
They said they started just giving them all kind of crap.
Yeah.
And then they wound up getting out. I said, so
Yeah.
it's not worth dealing with it, because I said the next place I go, and the thing is that you think you win, but then you get to the next place and they say,
That's it.
yeah, I know him really good. The word gets out there before you, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And that's my thing was like, because I had a re-enlistment package in, processing with a lot of PDs at the time. And I remember this, I was attached to 3rd Tanks because my unit already deployed to Somalia. So I was
Right.
attached to 3rd Tanks doing my normal job. And the sergeant major, come here being sergeant major, Sergeant Crawford, you need to make a decision here. You up there, blah, 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 blah. And he said, either sign the paperwork or what? And I signed the paperwork, Joe, and right in my signature, I said, under duress.
Yeah.
I went home on a Friday. The colonel called me up at my parents' home and said, Sergeant Crawford there? And I said, yes, I'm right here, sir. He said, I need you to come back to the base. 2-hour drive. I had to go back to the base, talk to the colonel, and he said, what's going on? I said, I'm just trying to make a good decision for my family. Simple as that. I put a realistic package in. I asked for some things. All I keep getting is blocked and stuff. I said, now I have opportunity to get out and walk out the door. So that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And everything. I'm walking. I mean, this is a career decision here. I'm right at that threshold. I'm staying 20. I'm getting out now.
Yeah, mine was too.
Yeah. And that's why I said I don't want to be in the Corps doing 20 years and only be maybe get E6. And that's a maybe. I said, y'all could kick me out at 13 years at E5. And I said,
Well,
I
I
wasn't
knew
gonna
I
wait
had
for
a,
that.
I knew I had a good shot of getting promoted again after that because of
Yeah.
all my background stuff, but
Yes,
it was like,
that was my thing. I said, you guys could assure me something. I said, change my MOS. Well, I feel I got a clear path to continue to excel. I'm like, I'm all in. But
no.
just to join up to be a part of the gun club, nah, I'm good.
You see, when I picked up sergeant, I picked up Lance Corporal, then about 6 months later, I picked up Corporal.
Hmm.
And this is meritorious corporal.
Yeah.
And I went to a board, but they gave it to me meritoriously. And then 2.5 months later, I'm standing in front of General Jaskilka, Assistant Commandant of the Marine Corps. And he's talking about all the stuff, top quality Marine awards and all this. He hands me that. And he looks over at me and reaches in his pocket and hands me sergeant stripes. Meritorious on the spot. You know how much that hurt? It took almost 6 years to pick up staff.
Mm.
Well,
Well,
because I got promoted too fast.
Well, that's always the catch because I remember, when I first came in the mid to early '80s, and that was what you saw. I was
Right.
seeing guys who were gunnies with one hash mark.
Yeah.
Didn't even have two hash marks yet. Already E7s and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wouldn't mind being that. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's on the fast track. But like you
Yeah.
said, it depends who you work around. Some people get a little bitter and says, "Oh, he ain't put enough time in. We're gonna make him sit around
Mhm.
for a while and as they say, earn his stripes." I'm like, dude, I'm on the fast track. Why are you slowing me down?
Well, the ironic part is when I picked up
Good morning,
staff
Dominic.
sergeant, it was 2.5 years later, the first gunny board I got put on it and got it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Good morning, Dominic.
It was that fast.
Morning, David.
Brenda says hello, and so does Drone Shots.
Hello. I said hello to everybody in the chat.
So that was my thing. I said,
Dominic,
I was like you, I was meritorious promoted.
It just
Yeah.
It's Dominic like that.
And got this,
Yeah, just
got
a short-
sergeant a couple of years later.
Yeah.
I'm like, just at the 4-year mark, I'm E5. I'm like, okay, let me sit here for like two, maybe 3 years tops, get staff. And I said, shoot, I'll be looking at gunny about come hit that 11th, 12th year easy.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I said, I should make E8, no problem. Trying to get up out of here and fool around, might get E9.
It looks like
Yep.
Laura sat something on top of my 3D printer.
Oh, Lord.
Because as the 3D printer
Ah, no.
head went across, I watched the thing fall down the back.
No.
But that's enough of us telling war stories. Right
Yeah.
on board half the chat and in the panel here.
No, I think it's interesting what you guys did, and I appreciate your efforts.
Yeah.
Joe was a soldier's soldier.
I was a Marine's Marine.
Yeah, but they called them all soldiers. You called them Marines, but
No. We had a guy at the doctor's office this morning walk in with a walker, and he had World War II on his cap, and his son was with him, and he had a "Make America Great" cap. And he walks up by me, and I told him, "Thank you for your service," like that. The guy was 98 years old.
World War II. Yeah.
Yeah, victory.
98 years old.
98.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
His son looked like he was at least my age.
Yeah, on the 8th, it's Victory in Europe Day.
Yeah, we've already got one house at the bottom of the street that got a load of bunting going from the house to the gate post and a big Union Jack under one of the bedroom windows.
Yeah, that's where the Germans live.
Yeah, I break out my new flags every year on Memorial Day at the end of the month here in May. put up a new American flag, put up a new Marine Corps flag. Always want to have fresh flags to honor those who gave the ultimate sacrifice.
The
Okay,
last
I just
person
got a new
I ever
email.
spoke- Yeah. The last person I ever spoke to about World War II was this elderly gentleman when I was he was struggling with his shopping, so I said, "Let me give you a hand." And I walked him back, and he was talking about his service and how proud he was to have served the country. And then, as I left, he went, "By the way, if I knew what little fuckers the world would become today, I wouldn't have bothered."
Mm.
Hey, Dre.
Yeah.
DJI just sent me. I sent in all the stuff with DJI today. I just
Uh-huh.
got the email back. The same one, Tina. It's senior DJI customer care team. And it says, "Dear Joseph, thank you so much for the detailed sharing of about the case and your injury. We will record the information provided, and please know that your feelings are the utmost importance to us. We always prioritize our customer safety and satisfaction. We deeply regret this accident and are committed to resolving it for you as swiftly as possible. Take care." So
And it's resolved.
it's rolling. It's not over with. It's
No, they
rolling.
don't
They
have
gotta
the
get the
drone
drone.
back yet.
Yeah, they
Yeah, the
sent,
drone, they'll get it Wednesday or Thursday.
they're sending it from the senior team because they know how old Joe is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Shut up, Joe.
Thank you there, Laura. Look, I took a hit. I don't care about you telling me shut up.
He played Fortnite with his drone.
Wipe it off.
Hi, Dre.
Hello, Laura. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's been a while since we spoke.
I'm not on YouTube anymore.
Oh, what are you on now?
Flip flop.
TikTok.
Oh, okay.
I've gone
Like
over
you
to the dark
Like you
side.
said flip flop. I'm like, what is flip flop?
Well, Dre, did you hear that the two of them are going to finally get hitched this fall?
That doesn't surprise me one bit. I'm sure she's probably got a knife in his bag, so we're good to go.
Who planned it?
I'm planning it. I'm paying for it all. It's all me.
Of course, you're paying for it all.
It's all part of my big week.
Hey, tell me, it's the bride's parents' duty to pay for it.
That is so funny. Rio climbed in his cage, and Laura shut the door on him thinking she'd won the battle of getting him in first. And he just came up and opened the other door and went, "Fuck you." Walked back out.
I'm just glad that they're responding right away and not just sitting on them, you know?
Yeah.
No, Lance, it's still light here. It's only
No.
6:42. It'll stay light here until 8 o'clock or so.
He's waiting for me as well.
When you consider, what, 7 o'clock in the morning in China.
Let's see if he does it again.
Are they from
What? Did you know I had to put the lockdown?
Well, where is he taking you on your honeymoon?
Blackpool.
Blackpool.
We're not having a honeymoon. I'm doing my charity event.
Oh, I thought you said Blackpool. Are you going to a soccer game, or I should say football game?
Am I duck?
No, he's doing his charity event the day after he gets married.
Oh.
I'm tempted to stay at home.
We have been donated the honeymoon suite.
You have?
Yeah,
Who donated that?
the hotel.
I didn't know they had honeymoon suites in Premier Inns.
We're not in the Premier Inn no more.
All right.
Where you sitting? The Days Inn?
Yeah, we're sitting in Premier Out.
It was Norbreck Castle.
No, it's one of the ones down near Ginsware.
So you're having a big party afterwards at the suite or
On the-
what?
No. Literally, we're getting married, going for a meal with the family, and then fucking off home.
You're gonna do what at home? What?
Going
I
home.
didn't,
fucking
I didn't
off
want to
home.
hear the translation, Paul.
Yeah. I heard the F-U-C-K, but I didn't hear what.
Just going home.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were going in or out or whatever, you know.
We're saving money.
Didn't sound good to me either.
It's all part of my big week, my last big charity event, because my health is taking a nosedive off a big cliff.
Well, I wish the best for you, David, both in marriage and in your personal health.
Yes.
We don't want Laura to collect that insurance money too soon.
I'll get insurance money.
Well, you get insurance money from the government, don't you?
Oh, get benefits. We don't get insurance money.
Oh no. Over here they got what's called a death benefit.
No, I'm talking about a regular policy, Paul.
Oh,
He don't know. Laura's already
Oh.
took about
Over
200
here, if you
200,000
don't
out
have
on
any
it.
money, you get a pauper's funeral. That's where the council just chuck you in a big pot and burn you alive and chuck you in a field.
really?
They
Yep.
grave with strangers.
Yep. And guess what? That's what's happening to me. Back in a minute.
Yeah, we've got a few of my grandparents' family that died, God, in like 1900 something, that are in paupers' graves.
Well, folks, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and tiptoe out of here. And
Hey, Dre,
maybe
hey,
I'll
thanks
pop
for
in
being here,
tomorrow.
buddy.
Thanks for stopping by.
Okay.
You're always welcome anytime you get the feeling.
Thank you very much.
Because Joe looks forward to it. Don't you, Joe?
You're muted.
Talking to his buddy Dre.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Dre's gone.
So Hot Rod's on Jack Rabbit's channel, flying his drone.
Okay.
Ain't that unusual?
At least he's consistent.
Yeah. I forgot what Scott does. What's it? And is Phil on as well? Because he only does it once a fortnight, doesn't he?
Mm.
And then it's Lloyd.
Yep.
And then it's the Drone Nation.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to spend every other day going to the district nurse anymore. They've
Oh, that's good.
healed enough now to not be infected anymore.
Good news.
What you boxing up, Paul? You muted.
Unmute. Okay.
Yep.
I'm taking some stuff out to the garage real quick. So handle it, Joe. You and David and Dominic kick ass.
Mm,
Right, Dominic?
yep, definitely.
Okay.
That's one of the places you should be searching for selling stuff. Your garage.
Oh yeah, I got all kinds of stuff to sell.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff that you'll never use. Did he get his Facebook back again?
Nope.
No,
The answer,
No, the
answer to
appeal
that
didn't go
question
through.
is no.
But he hasn't told the reason he was banned.
Or have they just not answered yet?
No.
Uh,
He went
per-
early.
it Justin said he got an email says that I'm permanently banned.
Yeah. Just want to point out, did I or did I not say, do not re-increase that price, they will ban you?
We all did.
I thought
Yeah,
you guys
just-
told me that you were showing me how to change it.
No.
I told you don't change it. Don't,
So
Bob.
you delete it and redo it.
Should have deleted it or redone it or left it as it was. But now you just got to hope that Jim can sell it.
He shouldn't have reduced it in the first place. That's what he shouldn't have done.
Well, yeah. But we all make mistakes.
He needs to start another one with a different name.
Pauline Murray.
No, put it under Murray Port Royal, Port Urine.
Yeah, but that, you can't have that as his name.
Murray Paul.
Morning Mint.
Yeah. Or Port Urine Murray. Port Urine Murray drone guy.
Chip drone flyer.
That would last for about a week till he gets in there and does something again and gets kicked out of that one.
A
It might
week?
not last a week.
You're generous. It only lasted 2 days.
That's what I'm saying. It might not last a week.
So when they asked you to send a photo verification that it was you, they said, "Oh no, not him."
I think also his phone number is registered with Facebook. So when he registered for a new account, there was like, you've already got an account. And it does say
And he's-
Facebook terms you're not supposed to have two.
Well, all he needs to do is get with Facebook and let Facebook know, hey, this is me. I got kicked out of it because I couldn't remember the password. I tried to start a new one. Banning me. I want one of them,
Hmm.
He could probably get it done, but he's just got to sit there and have patience. Lloyd did.
He should do that now with that other email where they've actually responded to him. He should respond to that about his other account
Yeah.
and then put an explanation as to why.
Yeah, as long as you make sure you mention in the email, in that case, that you're old, you keep forgetting things, and you're done with a box of rocks.
Yeah. Play the age card.
So he said he's going to the garage to put stuff in the garage, but he grabbed his phone. He's going somewhere with that.
He always carries his phone just in case he falls. He's got his emergency thing on it.
Yeah, he's got whatever he's got there. He's bringing back somewhere. That's what he's doing. Probably an order he got at Amazon. He's bringing back so the money come back. Because you know he needs peanuts.
That is the stupidest thing.
He's got to stop buying the peanuts. Really.
No, he needs to charge upstairs a decent rent.
Yeah.
He's on her own now, isn't
No,
she?
do we have to let him in?
Here's Ed.
Mm.
He's
Don't
back
worry,
in front
Ed.
of his computer.
Ed,
And he's had a nice trim.
Yeah.
David, it should have all gone.
How's
That
it
was the agreement.
go, Winnipeg?
But anyway.
Good afternoon, everyone.
David,
David, I cut the beard, bro.
Yeah, but it was all supposed to go.
No.
You were supposed to be
Joe!
smooth.
Joe!
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. Well, we didn't see the back.
We can't see the back, but that's all right.
Well,
Yeah,
saw
we've got
I
it.
was stuck there. Yeah. The headphones with me. Hold on.
Yeah, when you turned around, we saw part of it.
Nice. Well done.
You see it?
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys see it?
We
Yep.
did, but I'm gonna let you into a little trade secret now.
Uh-oh.
Did we see what?
As long as you're happy with it, you know.
Yeah, it's good, but you know your YouTube logo on the back. Breach of copyright.
Why?
Because if you read YouTube's terms and conditions, you can use the YouTube logo and design in every way that they put on their website, not in any other way. It has to be a certain shape, size, and character. It is stupid, but that's what they do. But they ain't going to see it anyway.
Yeah, they ain't working that.
I mean, they ain't going to see that. You ain't just showing it on YouTube. No, you're all good.
Oh,
It looks good.
thank you. Thanks to Mr. Joe over there. Good evening, everybody on the chat.
Good evening. And this has nothing to do with anything, and not just because you arrived at. I've got to drop out because I've got another thing I need to attend to. So
Is it me?
I'll see you.
Actually, it's not you. No, he's right, Ed. It's not you. It's your deodorant.
Whoa. Actually, it's pretty hot. I gotta take it off.
Yeah. Okay. Well. And on that bombshell,
Goodbye.
I will
Later, down it.
catch you again.
See you, Dominic.
So, what's new, guys?
None. Went to the doctor, got a tetanus shot.
Oh, yeah. How was your doctor?
Yeah, he told me it looked good. He said you He said what I did to it probably helped it from getting infected. But
Oh,
that's what it
nice.
looks like today.
Oh, it's purple.
If it had been infected, you might have got more money out of DJI.
Yeah, I know. But I sent them a copy of the doctor stuff and the automobile, what it looked like when he got hit, where it was at. I sent him pictures 3 days now. I used a little calendar thing I got on my desk from the weather thing. It shows the date. So they got 3 different day pictures so they could see the progression of it. And they emailed me back already. So they said they're putting it all in the paperwork together. So we'll see. The drone was sent off this morning.
Nice. You guys
So
always
we just-
flying the ship?
He's doing something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what he's doing.
Good.
But my son told me that there's a friend of his that flies drones, and he showed him the picture, and he said just stand my ground, basically, like that. He said because a friend of his was flying, he told it was one of the bigger drones in, and it went past him, and obstacle avoidance didn't work, and it hit his windshield of his car, his truck,
Oh, wow.
and broke the windshield. And he said they wrote him a fat check, paid for the drone to fix, and fix the windshield. But they said they wrote him a check on top of all of that. So I don't know. I'm not looking for a lot. I'm looking for the drone to be fixed. It could have been worse. And if they want to offer me a Mavic 4, I'll take it, you know. If they want to offer me a Mavic 3 Pro, I'll take it, you know. And if they say, look, we'll give you a couple of thousand just to make sure you're okay, I'll take it, you know. I'm not looking for it. You don't know.
Here you go, guys. This is the length I'm going to have to walk. Speed it up, obviously. These guys are cycling it as well. Up there. Come on. Keep going.
Well, it's a mile in it. The
Hello,
goal.
Brenda.
Oh, 4 miles.
Hmm?
Literally 4 miles, what?
Thought it was only supposed to be the Golden Mile.
No, I'm starting from Stargate to Gin Square. I'm going to go all the way along.
That's not the official illuminations, is it? That's beyond it.
No, the official illumination start at Gin Square and go all the way down to Cleveland's. Well, start at Stargate, should I say, and go all the way down to Cleveland's. But I'm doing 4 miles of it. Because there's no way I'm going all the way to Cleveland's and have to get back to Blackpool.
Tram goes all the way, doesn't it?
It does, but if I'm setting off at 4 o'clock, I won't be back in Blackpool for 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got places to be.
Places to be, people to see.
Yep.
I couldn't listen to Jackrabbits anymore. I had to get off of it because they've been talking 35 minutes about hot rod flying.
Hey, did you see that new video that I sent you?
I saw it. I saw it, but I didn't get to look at it because I've been running doing other things. I'm gonna look at it a bit.
I think it's the one where he's making boudin.
Yeah.
Well, the drink he has with it, jalapeno infused tequila.
Oh man. My first wife was from Honduras, and her dad and everything lived in New Orleans. And we used to, this is when I was in the Marines, and she was in the Marines. So we'd go in the afternoon, stop by the house, or on weekends, go to the house for a barbecue and stuff like, and different things. And her dad and I used to go sit out in the yard with the bottle of tequila next to the jalapeno tree. And we grab one off the bush, drink a swig, take a bite. And this went on until I couldn't walk. Drinking tequila like that straight will give you 4-wheel drive. You got to get down on all 4 wheels and walk.
Mm.
And her mother absolutely loved me.
It
And she
was
used to make ceviche all the time. And she'd make it for everybody, but she'd make a container for me. And she said, don't you give it to nobody. This is yours.
he made a margarita using the tequila, and I'm sure he put some hot sauce in it as well,
Yeah.
and some of that two-step seasoning.
If I'm going to drink, I don't want anything like that. I'd rather just have a regular drink than to have something that's going to have like, like drinking straight jalapeno juice or something.
Yeah.
Right, there you go, Mark. So this obviously this is gonna be like walking in normal use. Yeah. It says it's 1 hour 26 minutes, 3.9 miles.
Yeah, I suppose.
Although when I originally put it in, it put Stargate fucking Essex, and I was like, you can fuck that because it said 6 days.
Yeah, but did you tell it you will be wearing them stupid heels?
No, obviously I can't. But
That definitely make it a longer walk than that.
yeah, I reckon about 2 hours.
2 mile an hour, no, more than that.
3 hours, 3.5 hours.
No, I'm going for 2 hours.
I'll be right
I'll be
back. I'm
honest,
going
I
to
don't
put
even
my
think.
stuff in the oven.
Yeah, look at them shoes. I don't think they'll be that hard to walk in, to be honest.
Yeah, the only weird thing about it is that you'll be like 6 inches further off the floor than normal,
Just having to duck down for the lights.
and that'll feel weird.
Yeah,
Be like a new pair of glasses.
yeah, yeah. But having to duck down for the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, excuse me, mate. Yeah, can you change this light bulb for us? Sure. They're all LED now, aren't they? So
I haven't the foggiest idea. I have not been to see the lights for at least 40 odd years, maybe 50 years.
what the fuck are you just throwing out your cage now? Really?
Uh-oh, what happened, Dave? Tell me. Man, it's so hot outside. It's crazy.
Should have been here then. It wasn't hot here.
It is. It is
I'm chilly.
73.
And also, Mark, you got to remember, it's going to be something like 4 degrees near freezing. So,
At night.
yeah, I ain't going to be hanging around.
Oh, you mean then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if I come, I'll bring a big
Yeah.
Bring a big eater.
a coat.
Yes, definitely. What are you actually going to do? Join us at the start, or
If we can get there, yeah, I think so.
or come part way down?
Not sure where we'll park.
Yeah, it's fucking expensive in Blackpool.
Not with a blue badge.
Oh, I don't know. I think you still have to pay, don't you?
It depends.
Brenda, GoFundMe are messing me around because they've refund. Hello, you stupid bird. Right, so GoFundMe are messing me around. They've refunded. Just Giving is working 100%. But if you want to wait till the 1st of October, PayPal are doing a direct payment, so the money will go direct to the charity. Again, you'll still have your PayPal protection, and you'll still have my refund guarantee if I don't do the event. But yeah, Just Giving's the best page.
I mean, that will have a special reference number to put in. So they know.
PayPal?
Yeah,
No,
so
PayPal are setting up a new donation thing.
Yeah,
Bit like GoFundMe, but
they've got to know who it's being aimed at and from.
no, like a GoFundMe page. Literally, I'll have one of them, but with PayPal.
All right, okay, I get it.
And it will just go through. I mean, they said I can set it up now, but it only runs for 30 days. And
Yes.
I'm like, well, it's 6 months away.
Yeah. Well, can you set up one every 30 days?
Now, you can set one for 30 days and you have to wait 30 days and set up another one. So I said, I'll just wait till bloody 1st of October then. It does seem a bit silly.
Yeah.
But I'm still in discussions with PayPal over this GoFundMe malarkey because, to me, I think it's money laundering what GoFundMe are doing. Taking the money and then refunding it. What's the point? And I've seen so many people. Do you know what the worst bit is? Yeah, GoFundMe have actually admitted somebody tried to donate £1,500. Right? When I find out who that person is, I'm going to kick the fucking asses. I'm telling you, someone's going to kick. Shit.
Oh no, you want them to donate it again?
Yeah, but the problem is, this is what pisses me off with GoFundMe. They're like, when people are donating, yeah, can you advise them to use web browser? I'm like, well, can't you put that on the page? It's your page. Oh no. And I'm like, but I can't sit in everybody's fucking living room and say, no, not on your phone. No, got to do it here. No. Can't do it that way. No, you can't do it that way. Fucking stupid.
You go on a web browser on your phone.
I know you can, but I would have to know exactly when everybody's donating because they won't let me put it on the GoFundMe page to tell people, which is stupid.
Well, they should have a notification that comes up if they try and do it from a phone.
Good. They should. But
this only works from a web browser.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'm just going to use. I'm leaving the GoFundMe to run. Yeah, because they might give me that money back, like they promised. See, that's the worst bit. They gave me that money back that they said they're going to reimburse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the first lot, and then refunded themselves. So yeah, I'll just keep the Just Giving page and use the PayPal at the time.
Did I miss anything? I forgot I was muted.
Not much.
There's too many bubbles in that.
Well, good news, everybody. The drone is the flip is gone. I sold it.
Did you get the money you wanted for it?
Yep.
How much?
Every last dime.
No, did he help?
No, you got your 600, yeah?
650.
650? And was it through Jim's listing?
Well, Jim doesn't want to take any credit for it.
But was it from Jim's listing?
Yes.
Jim,
because
top man.
my listing isn't out there anymore.
Yeah, well, like I say, Jim, thank you very much for helping Paul.
He's a great guy.
Yeah. To be honest, Paul, if I was over there, I'd have helped you out.
I know you would, and most everybody would. Even Ed said that he wished he'd lived a little closer, but
no,
Yeah.
but Ed only wants to live a little bit closer because he wants to actually be American,
Oh,
not to help you out.
is that right, Ed?
I don't think so.
Yeah, but there'd have been a 20%.
But anyway, so that's good news. It's gone, and I'm happy.
Awesome. That's good.
And Boone's been a good boy. He's sitting over on the couch.
Has it gone, or you packing it up ready to go?
No, it's gone. Guy came and picked it up.
Good.
Good. So now you've got enough money to pay for the electric.
Yep.
Yeah,
In
but
one pocket and out the other, you know?
if we hear you spent any of it on peanuts, you're going to be in trouble.
Well,
I do got to go get a couple more bags of peanuts.
No, you don't.
maybe not peanuts, but I reckon a box of Boston creams might be coming his way.
You've got to get finances straight before you even think about buying any more peanuts.
Well, that's my family.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Right.
Yes, it is. It's my family.
I'll tell you what, we'll have a DNA test just to check.
Well, that's okay because
you, David, don't you refer to your birds as your family?
Yeah, and Paul.
Yes, but
I'm gonna no, Paul. I'm gonna defend you here, right? When this DNA test is done, I can guarantee, they will be your family.
Yep.
Because you're all bloody nuts.
Yes. We're nuts for nuts. Ed, how are you doing, buddy? You eat dinner? Is that why you turned?
Yeah, I'm eating dinner. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
It's do without food.
I made a nice curry tonight, and I'm fucking hungry again.
I had what was left of me kebab from last night and a few samosas.
Oh my.
Well, that's good, Paul. One less headache to worry about.
Well, if my money comes in like they've said it's going to come in, I'm going to be seriously rich this week. The only problem is they're going to want it fucking back.
I've still got one of those Spanish tortillas from Tesco. You'd like that, I think, David. They're really
Why?
nice. A Spanish tortilla is nothing like a Mexican tortilla.
I don't like tortillas, full stop.
Yeah, well, it's not. It's not bread. A Spanish tortilla is like a potato and onion omelette about half an inch thick.
Bluey. Oi.
And tastes really good with sliced pickled jalapeno on top of it.
Every time I look round today, he's trying to take something apart. He's taken two screws out of his cage. I've had to put them back in.
Oh, he takes the screws right out?
Yeah, he's a little fucker.
He's a little escape artist.
Well, we've seen him wielding a screwdriver.
No, that was Rio.
He's a very smart little bird.
Yeah,
They are very smart little birds, but that's the problem.
they're too smart.
Yes.
Yeah, they're smarter than David.
Well, that ain't odd. Come on.
Mark had to get the word in, didn't he? So where's Laura? Is she off playing games tonight or what?
I think she's talking to one of her friends in the other room.
Oh. Because I know she came in and said hello to Joe.
Andre.
Yep. Andre.
I think that was just in passing.
Joe must be cooking his dinner, huh?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah.
So what are you having for dinner, Ed?
I'm having fried potatoes on the oven, meatloaf,
Be
and a
right back.
salad.
Meatloaf is one of my favorites.
Oh, I love it.
How can you have fried potatoes done in the oven?
You cut them into circles and you put them in a pan with olive oil
Olive oil, yep.
and a little bit of paprika, and you throw them in the oven.
Then they roast potatoes.
Yeah,
Same thing.
oven roasted.
Mm.
You got to put a little bit of olive oil so they get nice and crispy.
No, you know the best thing to do?
Uh,
Olive oil, use duck fat.
use what?
Either goose fat.
Oh,
That makes brilliant roast potatoes.
Brenda asked you a question, David. She said, where are the donations going now?
he walked away. He said he'd be right back.
I think they're still working on the other site, but not on the GoFundMe, Brenda.
On the original site, I think it was.
No, the GoFundMe was the original one. It's the other one, the Give something. Can't remember what it's called.
I give a shit or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, I always thought a good one would be is I can because I can. Or I care because I can, whatever. Or pass the hat. Remember that? It used to be the old pass the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go flying today at all, Paul, today?
Yeah, I got 3 ships, I think, today.
Nice.
See, I got I got the Edwin H. Gott first thing this morning, like 6 o'clock, 6:30. Then I got the Saginaw mid-morning and the Herbert Jackson this afternoon.
Oh, what are you eating, Joel?
Oh, look at there.
Cinco de Mayo.
He's celebrating Cinco de Mayo Day.
Yeah, Cinco de Mayo Day.
Oh, there is something else I forgot to tell you guys.
What's that?
On the day, yeah, you're going to see me live on Paul Murray's show do the Walk of Faith, which is 380 foot up in the air on a piece of glass.
What?
Thick piece of glass.
It's 5 centimeters thick, but you've got to remember, I'm 20 stone. I'm going to be wearing heels.
Man, don't step hard.
Yeah.
I want something thicker than 5 centimeters. That's only 2 inches.
Yeah. Just think, though, if it goes, you get to see me sail down. Whee! And as I get to the bottom, you get to see Laura go. And then I don't have to do the walk.
Or is that going to be before the walk?
Yeah, it's at 3 o'clock. I have to be there. It's 2:45. Yeah, because apparently it takes 10 minutes to walk up them stairs.
You got to make sure that Paul hasn't ended his stream.
Well, Paul starts at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. But Paul can have finished by.
Yeah, but I'll probably be on Paul, won't I? Walking up there.
Yeah, it'll take you an hour to get up.
I just know it's going to take 10 to 20 minutes walking up the stairs, but it's only going to take 3 minutes to get down.
It'll take you a bit longer than that to climb them stairs.
All right, they want to know if I wanted to abseil it. Back off.
Especially in heels.
Are you doing it by yourself or with other people, David?
Going up the tower is just me and somebody with a camera.
Okay.
Flying a Neo in front of him.
That's what you need, a Neo.
The worst bit is not going to be walking across it, because walking across it will be pretty quick. It's only 3 meters. Yeah. The worst bit is stopping in the middle for the photograph.
And not sliding in them heels because it'd be pretty
Stop.
because it's smooth glass.
Now be quiet, please.
Oh, there's a spider behind you.
What are you
no.
doing now, Paul?
That's a spider.
Just I was trying to get him to turn around.
He's
You
not
don't
even...
have enough money to buy peanuts, Paul.
Too late.
I already ordered them.
See, I'm too late.
Well, I'm telling you, Paul.
He's
sold
ordered
the
them.
drone to buy peanuts for the squirrels. That's the dumbest thing you ever did. So far.
So far.
Why have two of them got their cameras off?
Both eating.
They're eating dinner.
Oh, good first. You gonna walk
I'm
down?
eating my meatloaf.
You gonna walk down?
Meatloaf.
Oh,
Then you told us you're gonna put stuff in the garage and straight out lied to us and didn't say you went and mailed the drone off.
Average.
What's that?
No,
I
you
said
didn't.
you said you had to go put stuff in the garage, but
Said
you were going
Gary.
to mail the drone off.
Why?
So
No,
you
I had
straight out
I
lied
had-
to us.
No. You know, you're adding up wrong. I
I'm
had
not.
to take the drone and the case and everything out to the garage because the guy came over and picked it up and paid me the cash.
But you didn't say that. You said you were going to put stuff in the garage.
Well, yeah, the drone and stuff.
Yeah, you weren't being honest with us and say that you sold the drone.
Well, actually, I can see his point because if he'd have said he'd sold it, yeah, and then gone out there and the guy went, "Nah, actually, I don't want it."
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a done deal that I had the cash in hand and he had the drone.
So I can see your point there.
I got a point. Because we got to listen to how much money he's got in his account, and we got to listen to this and this and this. And then he said he got the money I'm glad he did, but then he's saying he's going to buy peanuts.
Yeah,
You know, it's
but
like-
now he's got 27 cents in his account. Oh, look at that birdie!
Come to think of it, he can't order peanuts because he's been paid in cash into
Is that a
his.
kestrel? Oh, is that a kestrel behind you? I think it is. It's either that or a peregrine falcon.
That's a peregrine falcon.
The Falcon.
Oh, yeah.
They got falcons in a nest up there.
Ooh.
Oh. Wow.
You know, I like falcons. Unfortunately, they don't like my birds unless it's for breakfast.
Oh, the falcons
They do
don't
like
like
your
any birds, do they?
Well, only for breakfast.
Ba-dum, ba-dum,
But
ba-dum, ba-da-da-da-da.
You know where that came from?
I'm going to mute the whole fucking lot of you, including you.
Well,
Your wife started first.
Just
Oh, why?
you, Laura.
Not yet.
Well, might as well call her your wife. You guys are been living together, right?
5 months.
There you go. See?
6 months.
5. We're in May.
I don't care. We're getting married at the end of October.
No, no, David. From now on, you call her my wife.
I think they have common law over there too.
They do. And
Common-
we've been together long enough for that.
But then again, a common law partnership still has to be registered.
Yeah, and I don't call her wife. I call her prison guard.
4
No,
months.
no.
I agree.
No,
I would say that.
She's called my prison guard. She's keeping me prisoner.
4 months of the
That's exactly what I'd call.
my life this year. But then I looked. Someone showed the prices of merch.
Mr. David, you should be calling her. This
Or-
is my
Hoodie.
wifey.
How would they know?
Summer shows Ron.
Right.
No, David,
Oh, good.
David.
I've got a timer on that.
David.
Wow.
I've been married for 25 years. Take points for me.
We've been together.
Listen. Right. I'll take points from you when you don't make silly mistakes. Like
When you-
like telling your wife you'll have a shave if your team win. Supposed to be the other way around.
I shaved. I got it out.
Well,
the
the-
good thing is,
Well, after the first quarter, did they actually win?
Yeah, we won. Yeah, after 2 double overtime, the second overtime. It was 1.6 seconds. They tied it up in the third period. It's crazy.
Oh shit.
what?
He's in that ball. On Jim's way back, somebody's gone into the back of him.
Oh, you got tail ended?
Yeah.
Dum 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 dum.
Oh man, sorry to hear that.
Get a
Jim.
police report. Nothing. I just told him to take off.
I want to use the word take. My word would have started with F.
Oh, sure, don't put the birds to bed.
Go and make sure I put the timer on, and if not, put it on for 18 minutes. And can you get me a Dr. Pooper?
As
You're not.
long as it's to the car, it's all right. But it was sales.
Hi, pumpkin, pineapples.
What have you been taking? Packing in.
Adam, Adam.
Ba-dum.
Hang on, if Jim's saying on his way back, does that mean that Jim brought the person to
Yeah,
your
well, Jim wanted to make sure it was on the up and up, so Jim met the guy here.
right?
Okay, Jim's a good guy.
Yep.
If you want to sound like a dove, it's fuck off!
For coffee!
Seriously.
David, be nice to your wife.
Ed, let me let you into a little secret, right?
Ballum,
I'm
Don't
listening.
encourage her,
ballum,
right?
ballum.
I'm being serious now, Ed. You can ask. I warned everyone that's ever been to this channel. Don't encourage her. Justin ignored me. Paul's ignored me. Joe ignored me. Mark didn't. Yeah.
When
And
did I
they all
ignore you?
get abused. In fact, Lance ignored me. And you all get abused now. Warned you. Justin made the silly mistake of giving his wife's number to Laura, or contact details to Laura. Now, every time Justin says something wrong, he gets a slap.
But he likes it though.
I'm not giving
But he
your
does.
wife.
He
I'm
does.
not giving David. I'm not giving your wife my wife's number.
I think she's already got it. She's got top secret agents around the world, you know.
She's your friend on Facebook because I will find her.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
This is your friend on Facebook. I'll find her.
I've got Ed on Facebook. I don't know who I've got on there anymore.
So Ed, how was dinner? Was it as good as what Joe's looked?
Oh, I think Joe's was better, but my meatloaf was really good.
Oh, meatloaf is my favorite. My favorite.
Done from scratch.
I used to make meatloaf here all the time, but I just can't do it anymore.
Why?
So if I get in a really of a challenge, I'll go buy a meatloaf dinner like from Bob Evans or something. But that's not very often. I haven't bought a Bob Evans meal in quite a while.
Why you can't make it anymore, Paul?
Just can't do it. You know, here's for instance, Joe. I noticed today my fingers when I was using the controller. This hand, the fingers were trembling.
Oh, that's not good.
That's probably because it was cold.
No, it wasn't because they're cold. It's like, you know how you got to use that wheel.
Paul, I get that all the time. I'm only 48, right? I'm also losing the feeling in my left arm, right?
Well, don't buy a drone.
Right? My liver and kidneys are up the shit creek without a paddle, right? My heart's telling me it's time to give up, right? But my head's saying, you're hanging around a bit longer. Right?
David, did you say
That's honorable because you want to make Laura out to be a good person, you know?
No, I want her to be a widow. That's literally all it would be, wouldn't it? But no, the thing is, Paul, right? If I can get on and not worry about it, so can you, right? Don't
Yeah,
worry
right.
about it. Yeah. If you got any little problems, go see your doctor. But you'll be good. In
David,
fact, I urge all Americans to go and see the doctor as well. Well, they've still got access to Medicare.
David, did you say you're 48?
Yep.
Fuck, you're old. Gee.
Hey, I'm not as old as you.
Just joking, man. You're
What are
still
you?
young.
What are you? 49?
49.
Now, how old are you?
49.
But you are 49.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'll be 50 in August.
Ew.
I'll be 66 in August.
66, eh? Wow.
I'll be dead in August.
Man, that was the year. That was the year that my mom passed away, actually. My dad was turning. My mom went 66 first, and my dad was 79 and a half, almost 80 when he passed away.
My dad will be 90 on the 28th of July.
90. Oh, smokes.
Mm.
I wish I could live that life.
My dad was born in 62, so I think that makes him what?
He's 63,
63.
Yeah.
right? Yeah, he's going to be 63, or he is 63.
Okay, so he's 63. Yeah. And the only thing I want to say to him is, are you still fucking here?
It depends on when in 62 he was born.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
January.
Yeah, he's 63 then.
See, technically, I should have been born on his birthday. But I thought, fuck this, I'm going to hang in here for a week.
Well, I was born the week after my dad's birthday on the 5th of August.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I was born a week after on the 26th. My dad's was on the 18th. My stepmom's were also on the 18th of January.
Oh, my
Mark,
dad-
your birthday's in August too?
Yeah, 5th of August.
Oh, nice. Mine is a day before,
4th.
the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
My nan
Joe,
died.
you,
My
Joe,
nan
you.
and my great nan both died on my birthday.
Oh no.
And my mum's funeral was the day after my birthday.
cars?
What you gonna ask me?
You're 55, right?
Yeah, I'm 55.
And the rest.
Yeah, that's where I thought so.
Plus another 20.
No, are you
70.
serious, or are you just pulling my leg?
I'm 70.
You're 70?
I'm 70.
Fuck, you look young. You don't look 70, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, look at Paul.
All 73.
That's because I make meatloaf. Because I use my hands even though they sometimes don't want to work.
Yeah. Paul doesn't look in his 70s either. If I first met Paul now, I would say he was in his late 50s, early 60s.
Really?
Yeah, you know, you don't look that old.
That's because you only have one good eye.
Wait, did you say I have one good eye? Where is it? I got sent to Specsavers last week to have that check on my eye, you know, the nerves in the back of my eyes. And somehow I came out with 2 new pairs of glasses because they said that my eyes are literally thinking. And if I want to now, I can actually officially register myself as blind, even though I can see.
Yeah.
Never mind. I broke my
Blind anymore. It's severely sight impaired.
I broke both arms of my glasses.
Do you want
That
mine when I'm
sucks.
finished with them?
3D print them.
Yeah. you can have mine when I'm finished with them. The left lens is the size of a jam jar, and the right lens is this. I ain't got a clue.
What is that, Joe? Oh,
It's Doodle
SpongeBob.
Bob. It's SpongeBob's evil twin or something like that. Doodle Bob. And what it does is it holds a pin on the top, like this.
You see that kids program,
Oh,
SpongeBob,
nice.
right? That just says everything about the education system today, because we're teaching kids that you can live underwater. No, you can either live in water or on land, but you can't live under the water.
Holy smokes, you did a whole bunch, Joe.
You're a sponge or a starfish.
No, you still be in the water. You won't
Yeah, I
be
made
under it.
5 of them actually. They took about 2 hours and 40 minutes to make 4 of them.
Cool.
But my son in the Marine Corps, he asked me if I could print that. If I knew how to 3D print that, and I looked and found it.
You can
It only takes about 30 minutes a piece. And I made it. And I said, you know what? I need to make it a little bit deeper. You can see the difference in the sizes. What I did, I made one a little bit thicker.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
And the
the thicker
designs
one,
of
it just gives you more of the eyes, the rings around the eyes, and that.
you
and then
drew
what you
that
do
with
is-
the pen or with the marker?
No,
or
I
is
did that with-
like that?
I went with black to west. I changed it to when it started to do the lines. Right when it started to fill in, I put the white to fill it all in. So then I filled it in because you needed to have the teeth and everything. Right before I started making the teeth had to be white. But then after it gets to the point where it starts to make the lines for the eyes, that's when I change it back to black. They got these things on Etsy for $11.99.
Well, that don't surprise me.
Yeah,
Any of you guys got one of these?
everybody's
Is
got
that,
one of those.
is that an Alexa?
Yes.
Yes. Well, not one of them. No, we've got one of them ones with a screen in it.
I've got that over here too. But I
Well,
just
put it-
got this one for the bathroom. Somebody sent it to me and I opened it up and it says you gotta activate it. How the hell do you activate it?
Right, I'll see you all next week.
Yeah, later. Later, guys.
Because the instructions are very basic, you know?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you'll need to register it to your Amazon account through your Amazon app, which you would have used to set up the other ones. Who set up your other ones?
Time
Me
to go.
years ago.
My suggestion is speak to your tenant.
She doesn't know anything like that. It says
Yes, she
getting
does.
started with your Echo Dot. Where to put the Echo Dot, whatever. Talking to your Echo Dot. Designed to protect your privacy. Give us your feedback. And over here it says
How many Alexas you have in the house?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So why'd you buy another one, Paul?
For the bathroom. I didn't buy one. Somebody gave it to me.
Oh, I don't believe it. I believe you bought it.
But also, I'll let you into another little secret. That ain't going to work in your bathroom.
Why?
It'll work for so long, but once you start having showers and stuff, yeah, you're going to kiss that goodbye. Because one, you shouldn't have anything electrical in your bathroom,
Yeah, Paul.
right? And two, it's a USB. It'll rust.
Yep.
But see,
It'll be game over.
it keeps talking about my Amazon account, but I don't remember my Amazon account.
Yeah. Send it back. Give it back to Amazon.
Return to sender.
Oh, there it is. My Amazon account.
Oh shit! You found it.
Yeah, I would send it back. Well, get your money back.
That reminds me.
Yeah, you don't want to put that in the washroom in case something does happen, Paul.
No,
Definitely.
no, it's all gone.
And then
I'm
you
not
get
getting any more.
electrocuted.
Wait.
There's my Amazon
wait,
account
wait,
right
I'll give you
there.
some fruit later. Wait. Give you
Paul,
some apple later. Wait.
Oh, don't show us that, Paul.
Paul, when this stream's finished, right? Go back and delete this stream.
Why?
You just showed everybody your username and passwords, you dumbass.
Do you think anybody gives a rip about me?
Paul,
Yeah, they do.
with them details, I can get into your Amazon account, I can change your address, and I can have shitloads of crap delivered to my door, and you wouldn't know a bloody thing about it until you check your bank account.
No, you can't because they don't have money in the bank.
David goes, clicks it. Denied. Denied.
No.
Then he's gonna get locked out of Amazon, and his bank's gonna lock him out because of fraudulent activity.
No,
Then he's gonna be stuck again.
because you can use the Amazon Pay in free, or you can use Amazon Credit. Yeah. Wouldn't take long to apply for that. Wayne Bam, thank you, meme.
Justin.
I knew he was lurking somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I just bring it back to Amazon. You don't need another one. You got enough.
Justin, I want the biggest bamboo that they have.
The biggest bamboo. Oh, I can give you some bamboo if you want.
Huh?
You can't have bamboos from China.
Oh, yeah, I can. I'm in Canada.
No, it's a plant.
Oh,
You can't transport bamboo. It's protected.
isn't a bamboo called the computer?
Is Boone inside or outside?
Inside. He's on the couch over here sleeping.
Yeah, I told you. Let him run it off in the mornings and run around like a crazy little nut bar. Yeah, playing in the back garden as much as he wants. Give him some tennis balls and shit like that, so he can play. You can throw the ball for him. He'll bring it back, hopefully. Yeah. Build up a bond with him, and then eventually he'll settle down and cuddle up to you and protect you. Did you see that, Ed? Sorry, you only qualified for 2,500 and freeze for everyone. Don't worry, Justin. Cancel mine. I don't want nothing to do with Ender or Creality. They are gone. They are history.
That's okay, Justin.
So if you send Ed's back, Joe doesn't need one, so send Joe's back. You probably just short of buying him a bamboo.
Isn't that what they're called? Bamboo, right?
Yeah, bamboo.
Yeah,
There
that's
goes
what I
buying
said.
something again.
No, I'm over here in the computer trying to figure out how to activate this thing.
You got to activate it on your app on your phone.
I can't believe now you can get the A1 Mini for
So
120
you
quid.
can't do it on the phone, so you might as well send it back.
Yeah, £121 for the A1 Mini.
Is there lots in Canadian money?
Hey Google, how much is £120 in Canadian dollars?
28 cents.
£20 is approximately 220 Canadian dollars and 46 cents.
220 Canadian dollars and 46 cents.
Oh shit! I can go buy the Mini 4 Pro.
No, the bamboo A1 Mini.
Oh.
Cheers, Justin.
David.
Joe. Justin's ordered you a gift. I'm getting bird feed, and Joe, you're getting bandages.
Well, what about me? Come on.
Be right back. My chips are cooked. Or the fact that Laura turned the oven on, probably fucked.
You mean your French fries?
No, chips.
Natalie, FaceTime video.
Oh, I'll have to take a call. Hold on, guys.
I can't figure it out. Should be easier to set up than this.
Yeah, just return it. You get your money back. Just get the one closest to your bathroom and just yell at it when you need something. What you need it in the bathroom for anyway?
Well, it's lots of times I go in there and want to know what time it is or what's the temperature outside or.
Mine's in my bedroom next to my bathroom. I just holler at it and it gives it to me. You don't have to be in the same room with it to hear it. And you don't look like you have that big of a house. I don't know why you got 5. Oh, thing's bleeding
What's bleeding?
right here on the end.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, I had it leaning on the desk. Come up, had blood on the desk.
There you go. One chips, cheese, and pickle wrap.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Justin. I need one of those.
It's Saturday when I was flying before the crash. At the mouth of the river, they had all the boats out there, and they had a plane come through, a little bitty small, like one engine Cessna type, single wing, and he came through at about right down the river at about 100 feet. And when he got near us, he dropped down to about maybe 80 feet, and he was kind of wobbling like this. I thought he was getting ready to crash, so I pulled the phone out and started taking pictures of it. Right, I thought he was getting ready to crash. I was going to put the drone up and get it out there to see if I saw anybody in the water because he looked like he was just dipping like this. And then
Oh,
he took
wow.
off and went around the side. And I just mentioned that to Greg. He was talking about the ceilings on the plane. And I just mentioned that to Greg. He said, if you got the tail number, he said, go ahead and send that to the FAA. He said, because he was doing everything illegal. Because I had to bring the drone down when I saw it. And I've got it on my phone.
Yeah, but if they have the wings, like, did they have those things at the bottom to land on the water?
No, he did not.
Oh,
It wasn't
okay.
it wasn't a seaplane, right?
It wasn't a
Seaplane,
seaplane.
that's the name. Yeah,
No, it
yes.
was not.
But
But
also,
he was looking at the stuff because he was trying to see the boats coming in.
Oh,
But he was
okay.
the way he was dipping. It looked like it might have been a new pilot. He was going like this.
Oh, shit. Eh?
That's why it actually looked. He made one little dip like this, and we all with the people standing there looked at it. We thought he was coming down right in the river. I think he got down to about 50 feet. To put it that way, because he was not that high. Then he took around, went and got real high again, and took off. But I got the video with his tail number, and I could send that straight to the FAA. You know. I was looking forward to something for the paper myself. I was thinking, oh shit, I got me an exclusive here, boy.
Send that into the news. I seen this plane crash.
Man, I'd have made a phone call to my editor real quick. I said, I got that crash. Where you want it? And I had to call everybody I know at all the news stations. Said, I got that crash. What do you want? Let's get a price. Show me the money, you know. It wouldn't be the first exclusive I've got. Let's put it that way.
Shit, eh?
But the press, as soon as I saw him and I watched him and I heard the way the engine was sounding, the way he was cutting it a little bit to drop a little bit, and I flew planes way back, and I was thinking, shit, he's in trouble. Then he picked it up a little bit and said he's not in trouble. He just don't know what he's doing. Because instead of just cruising down, he was killing it a little bit to drop, which he could have just vectored it down, you know. So I'm watching it, and I said, that asshole gonna be in the river in a minute, and because it could stall what he was doing.
Wow.
And then when it sounded like it was getting ready to stall, he gave it some more throttle and picked it up, and that's when he decided not to go any lower because he didn't know what he was doing. But I said, oh, here we go. I got it. Get the phone out. I wasn't worried about the drone. I had the phone out. I had the drone on the ground.
Are we still on?
Yeah, we're still
Yeah.
on.
Lloyd
Oh, you
started.
fell asleep?
Yeah,
Mark?
I'm actually jumping off in a minute.
No, Lloyd started.
Hey, Lloyd
Oh.
started. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off, Paul.
Okay.
Send that thing back. Save your money. Don't buy any peanuts. Because I don't want to hear any crying this week. Later.
catch you
He's
later.
not listening. He's not listening to me. He's probably
I'm
going to buy the
listening to
peanuts in the
you.
morning.
I'm listening to you. Are you going over to that other channel or?
Yeah, but I'm saying don't spend your money on peanuts. Use your money wisely.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
buy it on.
I gotta go get some peanuts tomorrow.
If I hear you went and bought peanuts, then I'm coming back on. Bye.
Okay, everybody, what do you think? Think we're gonna call it, huh?
Yeah, you've been on 3 hours.
Okay. All right, everybody. Hey,
guys.
thanks for being here. Ed, you behave yourself.
Yeah, you too, sir.
You go back to work tomorrow?
On Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. You got another